Hello. One of the questions that I typically get from the clients, mainly on the consulting side, is that, Ali, can we have a dashboard on SharePoint Online? Can we have diagrams? Can we have charts, summary, things like that that we can present to the viewers of the site? They're not looking for something fancy. They're looking for something that can be easily implemented. And in today's video, I want to show you how you can add charts and diagrams to your SharePoint page. Stay with me. There are multiple options for you to create a chart or a diagram on a SharePoint Online page. The easiest one and the most available one is the quick chart, and the second most available option is a file viewer. Keep in mind, I'm not saying these are the best options, but if you don't have anything with the minimum skills, you can create a quick chart, or you can use file viewer and bring the chart that you want to the page. Quick chart is built into SharePoint. So if you just have a team site or communication site, any site on SharePoint Online, you can add the quick chart web part, and you can have a pie chart or a bar chart. It can contain its own data, so it can be completely self-sufficient. So you can simply drop the quick chart on the page and add the data to it directly. Or if you have a list that contains data inside SharePoint, you can connect your quick chart to that list and get the content from that. Second option, which is the easier one, is File Viewer. File Viewer can show you the file content. Which file can contain charts? First thing that comes to mind is Excel. Exactly. So if you have an Excel sheet that contains some charts and diagrams inside it, you can present every single one of those charts, tables, diagrams independently on the page using the file viewer. I think I don't need to emphasize that both these options are the most available ones. If I want to pick an ultimate technology to bring charts and diagrams to the SharePoint site, it is called Power BI. Power BI reports can be created using Microsoft Power BI, and when those ones are created and deployed to the cloud, you can bring them inside SharePoint. The biggest thing that you can have with the Power BI is that the source of data can be somewhere else. It can be in SQL Server, it can be on external sources, somewhere completely out of SharePoint, and it can handle that. But considering that this is not something that a regular SharePoint user can do that, and that requires a certain level of skills, I don't get into Power BI in this video. I mean, later on, if you guys want to see how it is done, just put a note in the comments section, and I may create another video to show you how to create a basic chart in the Power BI and bring it inside SharePoint. Now, let's go to SharePoint and see how we can use each one of them. We start with quick chart, and to do that, I want to go inside SharePoint and I create a new page. This is the brand new website. It's a communication site. I mean, you can use even team site. It doesn't really matter. I add a new page because I don't want to mess around with existing pages. So I add a page and I want it to be a blank page. I just say create page and the new page is created. I don't need this setting anymore. So I give it a name and I call it Chart Demo. This page can have different zones, and in this section of the page, I click on this plus and it gives me the chance to add a web part. And the web part that I add here is going to be quick chart. And I just click on it. This is my quick chart. You can name it. So I say population chart. And as you can see, it can have labels and values. So let's see how we can add data to it and make it look like a real chart. To do that, once this is selected, you just click on this pencil and it shows you edit web part. And if you click on it, the first thing that you can do, you can pick if you want a bar chart or what they call it, column chart or pie chart. You can see if I click on pie chart, it looks something like this. At the moment, it doesn't have data, so it just shows some sample content. If I click on column chart, it shows me 2 columns. Regardless, you can always switch it from one to the other. So let me go to the data and add something to it so it presents. But before I enter the data, I want to specify which labels I want to show here and here. For example, let's see if you're looking into the population of some certain area within some certain period from, for example, 2015 to 2020. Let me scroll down, and the labels axis or horizontal axis is going to show me year. And the vertical axis is going to show me population. Good enough? Now let's add some values. So the first label that I want to add is going to be 2015, and the value is going to be 145,000. I can add another record, so basically another bar to this chart. And this label is going to be, for example, 2016, and the value is going to be 55,000. As you can see, it adjusts itself. There are not so many options to change colors and look and feel. The layout is very basic, but you have the luxury of converting it directly to pie chart. So now it shows you a pie chart with those values, although it doesn't make sense. You're comparing here, so bar chart presents it a lot better. So this is the first option that you can have. Quick chart that directly you type in the values and it shows you beautifully and nicely on the page. But if you want to get the content from somewhere outside, the only option that is available is another list. So let me create another list and see how we can do that. I add another app, and I want to use a custom list. And this custom list, population watch, create. So let me scroll down, population watch, and the second column is going to be number, which is going to be population. I click on save. So now you have title and population. Great. Let me add the values that I want here. I can basically use the editing grid view for the quick data entry. Title is going to be 2015, 2016, and 2020. Let me add the population here now. I want to add, for example, 145,000, 150,000, and finally 102,000. Right. So we have the list, a SharePoint list. Let me exit the grid view. So you can see I have a SharePoint list that contains the titles and the population. Can we present this using Quick Chart? I have the population chart. Let me add another chart here. Let me click on Edit Page. And if I scroll down, I can click on this plus to add the second chart. So I say Quick Chart, and I click on this one. So for the second one, I don't want to enter the values directly. I want to click on Edit, and this time, chart type, it's going to be column chart. Fine. Data, I don't want to enter it. I want to click on Get It from a SharePoint list. And as you can see, if I click on this drop down, now it shows me the lists that are available, and I click on the population watch. Keep it in mind, that list has to be inside the same site collection. If it is somewhere outside, it doesn't pick it up. So let me click on the data to display, which is going to be population. The column with the label for each data is going to be the title, which is the year. Look at that. Looks nice. And if you want, you can sort it by label or by data, which in this case, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, You can also give it a name, city, population over years. Fantastic. Let me just save it. And if you want, you can publish it. So I have one chart on the top, which is totally independent. The second chart that I have gets the data from a SharePoint list. Of course, if I go there, I can maybe population watch. If I change the population, for example, in 2020, I can make it, for example, 350,000. And if I save it, this chart updates itself. There we go. So we learned about Quick Chart. Now let's go through the file viewer, which is a little bit more exciting. For the file viewer, I want to create my chart inside Excel. And then I want to view the chart that I create inside Excel on a SharePoint page. Looks fancy, right? Let's go for the city and population again. I call it city A, city B. Let's see, the population is going to be 145,000, 179,000, and finally 1,400. Now, if I want to create a chart out of it, I can simply select this. Maybe I can format it as a table. And right after we create our table, I can click on Insert. While my mouse cursor is on this table, I can click on Recommend Charts. And Excel has made the life a whole lot easier than it used to be. So I pick this chart and I just add it. This page, I can make it bigger. And just by click on Change Colors, I can make it even fancier. I can pick any color that I want. Select the design. I can also change the chart type if I want. For example, I want to use multicolors for this, and I click on this so it looks like this, a little bit fancier. It doesn't really matter. At the moment, we created our chart inside Excel. The question is that how can we bring it inside SharePoint and we present this chart on the SharePoint page? To do that, we need to save this file on SharePoint. So the easy way is just go inside SharePoint and pick the library that you want to save the data to it. I click on Documents and I copy the link up to the end of the name of this document library. So Share Documents. Inside it, I have forms and all the items. So right down to Shared Documents /. I copy this. I come back to Excel. I click on File and I click on Save As. Click on Browse. And then instead of saving it locally, you can come here, just paste the URL that you had, click on Save, and it takes you directly to SharePoint. I give it a name as population data, and I click on Save. And the file is saved directly inside SharePoint. There we go. The file is inside SharePoint, and if I click on it, it opens it inside SharePoint. Fine. But we want to have it inside the page. So let me go back to the page that the data was there. Let me click on Pages, and the page was Chart Demo 1. If I click on it, it opens. So I have everything here. Now I want to add the third chart, but the content should be the chart from Excel. So I click on Edit here. So I take the page to the edit mode, scroll down. Right under all these, I click on this plus. It says Add a new web part in column 1. I click on this and I use File Viewer. This File Viewer is asking me for the file, and this file can be in lots of different places. So basically you have a lot more flexibility. The first option is Recent, which is the file that we just uploaded, but if you want, you can pick up from stock images, OneDrive, site upload, or anything else. I just pick this one up and I click on Open. As soon as you click open, it loads the entire file here, but this is not what we want. We just want to show this chart. So let me go inside Excel and see the name of this chart. If I click on this one and I click on Format, you will see the name of this chart here, which is called Chart 2. I can change this name to whatever I want, but if you just don't change it, it can pick a name like Chart 1, Chart 2, or whatever. I copy this chart, the name of this chart, and I want to tell SharePoint, please go ahead and pick this chart from Excel. So let me go back inside SharePoint again. Now here, I click on this edit icon. And instead of entire workbook, I can click on this drop down and I say, show me a chart. And I just paste the chart name here. As soon as I click on apply, it will show me this chart in the page. So let me just save it. And here's my chart inside SharePoint page. As much as it looks fancy, it's not an integrated part of SharePoint page. The quick chart looks completely seamless as a part of the page, while this one looks like something just added, and it actually shows you a reference to the original Excel file. So if you want it to look like seamless content on the page, File Viewer does not give you that option, while these two quick charts give you a little bit more natural look and more elegant look compared to what you get from here. But regardless, this level of customization that you can get in Excel, and I'm pretty sure you are much better than me doing this level of customization and creating fancy charts inside SharePoint, you cannot achieve it with the quick chart. At the end, if you want the best of both worlds, as I mentioned before, the answer is Power BI. That was all about it. So I kind of guess probably some of you think that, Ali, I mean, we are a bunch of techies, nerds, that they come to this channel, watch your videos for some deep technical stuff, and all of a sudden SharePoint power user stuff, and doesn't make sense, right? Well, it does. Let me tell you this much. Even if this video is not your cup of tea, I'm pretty sure that you have clients that they really appreciate this video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned till the next video.